Shares on me. YouTube, Facebook's live. All right, so let's talk. Has everyone had a chance to read the newsletter? I sweat bullets over that newsletter. In fact, the newsletter went out 3 days late this month because I was lost. I could not, for the life of me, put into words what I wanted to say. Okay, needy pets. Oh, okay, thank you, Marcia, for letting me know. Tell her I've been asking about her, okay? Because I reached out and I may not have had a right number or something. I've been a very attentive friend, I have to tell you. It's been crazy. Hey, Suanne. Okay, so we got someone on YouTube. Can you want to get up here, please? Make my follies here. Thank you. Thank you. What's wrong with you? What's the matter? Oh, Orlando. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Sidekick. Hey, Paul. Hey, Don. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so newsletter. Yeah, I literally prayed. I was like, I need divine guidance here. I am lost. And woke up in the morning with a sweet memory in my head that I was kind of a long memory, which I wrote about in the newsletter. And then this vision of, it slid one image into the next, but of all the Native Americans, when did you see when they all came for the protest, and it was the largest gathering of Native Americans, I think, ever in American history. They came, it was beautiful. I was very angry at myself for not going and supporting this. I should have been there at least for a weekend. I will always regret not having taken part in that protest, always. It's one of my life regrets. But the tribes came up riding horses in their full regalia. I mean, all these tribes came in support of the Keystone protest. And it was just breathtaking. It was just, and then the next image I saw was the water cannons when they were, literally blasting and the dogs attacking that were set on these protesters. And so in my newsletter, I was like, well, that's two very strange things, this memory with my dad and the wood carvers, and then, oh, that's right, the guy, the veteran. And just this whole thing with in conjunction with the Native American and the protest. But I was like, I'm just gonna write it out and see how that, and it did flow together. There actually was a common thread. This idea of starting something and not finishing it, this idea of hypocrisy. We're gonna help you. Oh, well, no, we're not. We're in support of you. No, we're not. And we see it playing out now on the world stage. As I thought more about that, and of course I've been very angry about what's going on. I've been really angry because once again America has insinuated itself in a country that's not a NATO country, and it's about oil. This is about oil. I don't think anyone out there is going to deny this is about oil. This is about a big old oil pipeline, and all that dirty, awful oil has to do with politics and nationalism. And then lo and behold, in the past 2 days, there's been a big call by certain members of Congress to reinstate, to override the decision to shut down, although the owners of the pipeline, the Keystone pipeline out of Canada, it's not an American pipeline, but it's a Canadian pipeline. They walked away from the deal, they shut it down. It's all in the newsletter, and the videos are fascinating. The two videos that I don't usually do videos, but in fact, only one other time I included a video in a newsletter. But one's a 10-minute video, one's a 2-minute video. Hope you got a chance to watch them. And hey, Peggy, Tracy. Oh my goodness, Amanda, Frank. Okay, hi, everybody. So, Pam, hi. Anyway, I think what got to me was the idea of national autonomy. It's a country, has the right to choose for itself its governments. Okay. But our Native American tribes are also autonomous. They are sovereign nations. they're sovereign nations. Not everyone realizes that. Like, not everyone realizes that Puerto Rico is part of the United States, you know, and it's a separate country. It's ours. But something about an American telling a Puerto Rican to go home to their country. It's like their home, it's their country. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, and then being told, if you watch the videos, you really get a feel for what's going on. Please watch the videos. So when someone talks about this pipeline, you can intelligently answer them. It's not American oil. It was never destined for American markets. There have been huge leaks already. It goes right into a major aquifer for the country, not just for the native peoples, because God forbid they have their own aquifer. And so millions of people affected by this decision. And it was basically they wanted to take a shortcut through native lands. And the native people said no. And they were like, we're going to do it anyway. I mean, and this is the truth. We're going to do it anyway. Then when you look at the water cannons in the 7 degrees, water cannons, rubber bullets, dogs, and I'm playing that in my head against what we're seeing initially in the Ukraine, and you're like, I'm reminded of the interview with Diane Sawyer and Vladimir Putin of some years ago when she asked him, it was a very important interview, it was a big interview, why Russia interfered with our elections. And he had said to her, we didn't. I know nothing about this. We didn't. But he said, let me ask you something. He goes, I don't have to ask you the same question. I don't have to ask you if America has interfered with ours because you have already admitted that you do. There's no asking if, you do. You've talked about it, you've admitted to it. So let me ask you, why is it okay for America to interfere in Russian politics, but we're not to touch yours? Is it because of democracy? So because it's democracy, you can do whatever you want. You can line up on my borders. You can talk to my enemies. You can, interfere with our elections. That's all okay because of democracy. So I'm hesitant to talk a lot because I don't want someone calling me a communist. I don't want someone, I don't want this to play into my business. Unfortunately, I don't want that to happen. But I had written a post when people talk about cursing, sending curses. And this was really directed to my community, the witchcraft community in particular. And I was we do not do that. We do not curse because curses have a boomerang effect. You can curse if you are blameless. If you are blameless. Let me tell you something. Your child gets violated by an adult. You as a parent, full reign, baby. I'll tell you what to do. I'll help you with that one. I will. Okay? But you need to make sure you're blameless. Because if you're not, it comes back with a karmic kick. And we don't need that in this country. Our karma is pretty deep. We've done some shit. I have to laugh when I see images of Vladimir Putin on the train and we see Hitler, like he's Hitler. Because everyone we don't like is Hitler, including every one of our presidents, Hitler, right? Everyone's Hitler. But in fact, I did a thesis on Adolf Hitler. And as it turns out in Mein Kampf, when he talked about exterminating people, he had said, well, if you want to know how to eliminate a race of people, you need go no further than to look at the United States of America, because they dealt with their native people. They exterminated races. I mean, the Native American people, the tribes were massive. We exterminated them. The reservations are death camps. And I say that because I work with Kelly Two Wolves. My dream catchers are Lakota. I do observe spiritual appropriation, non-appropriation, I should say. For a time, I worked with a woman who actually worked closely with the Pine Ridge Reservation. She lived on the Pine Ridge Reservation for a time. So I was getting native articles from her to sell in my store. She was able to do much better with those at eBay, so I didn't interfere with that because you can make 3 times the money. Foreign people love our Native American things, but what I could sell something for 30 or 40, she could get 300 for something that was native made. So I'm like, please do not, every penny to the people. If you want to look into the Pine Ridge Reservation, you'll find out that their lifespan on average is 50. They the government, you're not allowed to sell liquor on the reservation by law. However, liquor stores are literally lined up. You cross a line, you cross the reservation line, is a liquor store. Liquor emporiums actually all around. The reason for that is because Native people do not process alcohol as do the rest of us. They have a different way of processing alcohol. So when they talk about the fire water, that's there's some truth to that. I'm telling you this. Hey Bridget, Greta, Kathleen, hello. Because anyone who knows me knows there's one thing I have zero tolerance for, and that is hypocrisy. I despise hypocrisy. Spiritual hypocrisy, in particular, that do as I say, not as I do thing. But in general, and I know, and I love my country. I love my country. I come from a military family. Someone in my family has fought in every single war, starting with the Revolutionary War. My maiden name is Hooker. Yeah, there you go. And Thomas Hooker. I descend from that line. I could be a member of the Daughters of the Revolution if I wanted to. General Joseph Hooker of the Civil War, and so on and so forth. My own father in the Korean War, cousins in Vietnam. So yes, I am a staunch, a great uncle who was a chief of police, and a Marine, I should say too. So don't think for a second when I say this that I'm anti-American. It's my government that I don't like. It's my government that I honestly I've grown to hate the government. I genuinely believe American government back in its time in 1776 when it was created, it was like a brand new car, fresh off the lot, just state-of-the-art car. And everyone copied it, including the French. They were amazed. In fact, their revolution was inspired by ours. But over time, cars change, technology changes, and you repair them for a while and you replace. But at some point, you say we need a new vehicle, and I think it's time for our government to have a new vehicle because this isn't working anymore. We have dinosaurs, literal dinosaurs, running this country. I don't know what this is, or not knowing the difference between Iranian and Ukrainian. There's certain things that are hard to listen to. I don't know what this diabolical praying mantis move is, but it's freaked me out. I didn't really watch the State of the Address either. I really couldn't. 2 presidents now in a row that are hard to listen to, hard to pay attention to for different reasons. But my goodness, I thought we were going to do better. So yeah. I don't know. We're at the brink of something very serious. We're at the brink of something that we can't go back on. If we cross a line, we can't take it back. Hey, Kat. Oh my goodness. I'm looking at comments. I'm sorry. I'm trying to see. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not here to mock anybody because I don't like making fun. I like mocking. I don't like name calling. You'll notice I don't do that. Don't do that on my threads. I don't tolerate it. I think we're out of kindergarten. We can stop calling names. I just you have to look at something and go, what was that all about? There's things going on in Ukraine that I hold suspicious. And I'm not going to go into that now because this isn't the place. I'm not here to talk about that. really just wanted to point out the hypocrisy involved in our government going in and telling another government how to run things. We had no business there. We had no business being there. And once again, we've destabilized the government, all because of resources, and we leave, and people are getting slaughtered. My heart goes out to the Ukrainian people. Don't misunderstand that. But this is a stand down situation. This isn't an amp it up situation. This is a stand down situation. Because a month ago, and I just watched a video, a long video with 5 people in Ukraine. Up until a month ago, they really weren't afraid for their lives. They were living their best lives. They were doing their thing, working. Yes, their neighbor made them nervous. But they weren't living in fear, and they were under attack, and this didn't have to happen. This didn't have to happen. And if you think this is about rescuing people, again, you're wrong. We would have rescued the Rwandans when they were being slaughtered, and the rivers were running red with the blood of children and women who were having their necks cut and thrown into the river when they were ethnic cleansing. Other countries as well. And in the Middle East, and in other countries, Bosnia, Serbia, people are writing, I'm watching this, and they're like, guess we don't matter. Wrong color. You know, we Americans, we call it collateral damage. When we do it, it's collateral damage. When someone else does it, it's murder. Remember that. When America kills children, when America accidentally bombs a school, kills children, women, civilians, calculation, and that's a collateral damage. Oops. But when other countries do it, it's murder. Oh, what a Hitler. Does anyone want to discuss the ramifications energetically of what the world is going through right now? Does anyone have anything they want to add or discuss? I'm going to open it up for that purpose before we move forward into readings. Does anyone have anything that they're seeing? I mean, obviously the animals are off, which always makes me nervous. Hi, Linda. Cat. Yep. Hey, spiritual and sassy. Okay. Please read the newsletter. Please reflect. Okay. And yeah, we have a lot to atone for here in this country, and our hands are bloody, and we really need to not move this into a world war. I have been talking about different old ancient prophecies, but like I posted, prophecy is not an edict. It's a warning. We don't have to walk down that road. Prophecies are warnings. They're not written in stone. Okay. You know, Sue Ann, the thing though I have to tell you, Putin does have something to lose. He's got children too. He has children too. So yeah, he does. He does have something to lose. He has children. I believe he's got grandchildren. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want them dead. I'm sure he doesn't want radioactive, radiation covering his family. Cats are acting needy. Cats are all over me. Yep. Yeah, it is hard. It's hard. I watched some of the Russian soldiers that were captured, the young soldiers, and I do believe they were told that they'd be greeted as heroes and liberators, and hear them calling their mother and crying. And listen. I've got 2 boys of age. I've got 2 boys of age, 2 sons. Roy will be 17. I'll be 18 in a couple of months. My son Derek is 28. And they are able-bodied. They are registered for the draft, as is appropriate. and they will defend our country. But dying for oil, because we can't control our gluttony for oil. Lynette, I mean, that's the thing though, is that why threaten it? Nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to lose. And for Putin, it's a matter of national security. Ukraine borders a huge chunk of his country. I mean, Russia is massive. And he has said it's to remain neutral, it's not to go NATO. And that's all that's what he's, I mean, and that's what he said, he didn't ask, this is not to happen. Get out of Ukraine. Right, wrong, or indifferent, NATO wasn't in a big rush to bring them in. There's been talks back and forth, but why are we poking the bear? When human life is not in danger, when I wish we didn't need to be in there. We didn't belong there. Once again, we didn't belong there. Why were our tanks? Why are our weapons there? Why? We talk about not being involved. Then what do? We turn around, we get involved. Why do we do that? Why is our country always the one destabilizing governments, and then when it's wrecked and done, we're out of there? Like the union for my veteran friend there. We can make this better. We can do this better. You should do this. Yeah, sure. And then when they broke the company, no one had a job. Can't mind her own business. Mm-hmm. Poke the bear. But I have to differ. I do believe Putin has a lot to lose. He also was planning to retire. So just really why? Why? Because he wouldn't have gone into Ukraine if we hadn't been in there. He just said, get out. He's been saying it since 2014. Get out. And I remember when this was amping up and everyone's like, oh, he's just bluffing. He's just bluffing. He's bluffing. It's all, don't think so. Didn't feel that way. Now, I do have friends in the military. I do have friends who are officers. And this won't be a war like we've ever fought before. And it's all being orchestrated. But it doesn't have to happen. This doesn't have to happen. And I've spent most of my life with visions and being validated by people that I've met, military people, other intuitives, people who random strangers. You know how that was something you'll see, vision in your head as a child, and then you're reading a picture book or a history book and you see it. Oh my God, that was from I saw that in a dream, or I saw that in a meditation. But this doesn't have to happen. Well, we got Americans who don't believe it's happening either. We do. Cat. Hey, Dana. How you doing, honey? Yeah, we've got Americans who don't believe it's happening. But again, we have Americans screaming to bring back the Keystone Pipeline. So again, read the newsletter. By all means, comment, email me. Lenhart at Comcast.net. Don't leave comments on the YouTubes or the Facebooks because I can't pull comments up. They're really hard to pull up to see what people are saying. Yeah, this really does. It is unbelievable. You're right. We should be so much more advanced. This really is why the aliens will not speak to us, because we just refuse to move beyond. Good God. Still the same people. Still the same. All right. Well, on that note, well, feeling it, you can always reach out. Why is it so hard to read? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. But again, I want to say, like I said, when I did my video with Andrea last week, first and foremost, my heart goes out and to the people of Ukraine. Understand that that's not a joke. I don't take that lightly. I don't. I've said this. One of my kids was dying on that on that battlefield or defending their own land. Let me tell you, blue and white candles, sunflower seeds. See, this for me, this has a real Hunger Games feeling to it. We're kind of watching the game, from a distance, and people are playing the game, and I've been concerned. I don't know. I've been watching people and watching people getting weirder looking. And I'm not making fun, please, but it looks weirder looking. And I think about the people in the capital city with their outlandish clothing and makeup and hair and the nails, and I'm like, what? Doesn't it seem like everyone that just, it's strange? And as these very wealthy people are just posturing some very strange looks, and they live in these mansions, and I'm overt sexuality, and we're not talking about anymore. I guess we're not talking about child sex trafficking anymore. That's off the table, and we're not talking about COVID anymore. That's off the table. Now we're going to talk about this. It just seems like we go from distraction to distraction, and nothing's resolved. And I think that's how it's being played. I think that's what they want. They being whoever's in charge, whoever the 3% are that run the show. If you ever thought that there wasn't a 3% that run the show, all you have to do is look up Bilderberg Group. The Bilderberg Group. Google it, research it. They meet every 2 years. They meet in secrecy, openly. They meet in secrecy, openly. They determine everything from what's going to be on the shelves to what color your cars are going to be to you name it. Bill Gates is in there. And how about Bill Gates? What have I been saying about Bill Gates? What have I been saying all along about him? Huh? Now we see his ex-wife is, that divorce is final. She's singing like a bird. I told you he was dirty. Told you he was dirty. He's dirtier than anyone could imagine. Hey, Lisa. All right. That's horrible. Um, talked about 5 or 6 years ago about bread being $8 a loaf. milk going up to $10 a gallon. Talked about that too. And it was like 7 years ago, 8 years ago that I had said, someone told me it was into food investments, and yeah, that we'd be seeing that. And here it is. Watch it. Mm-hmm. So I will say, if you've got freezers, freeze bread. You can do that. And buy bread mix. Buy anything that you could make bread with. Start stocking up rice, beans, peanut butter, canned vegetables, canned meats, chicken, tuna fish. Okay. Stock up. We've been talking about it. Hey, Capson. All right, guys. I'm shuffling cards. Hey, Orlando. Sit there. All right. I'm shuffling cards. We'll do 6 card spread for anyone who's new. Yep. Milk up to $5 a gallon. Going up every day. Just for the record, I have chickens. 3 chickens will give a family of 4 enough eggs. And all you need is really a big dog house. A big dog house, a board to roost on, and an enclosure. And I have mine in dog kennels. I've kind of put all the kennels together, and netting over the top so the hawks and the owls, and a few hours every day they run around the backyard. But you might think about that. Most towns allow for hens, and something else to think about getting. They can free range. They eat bugs. They eat more bugs and ticks out of your yard. But 3 to 5 hens are real easy, guys. Easy keepers. Fresh eggs have twice the nutrients of store-bought eggs. All right, for everyone that's new, and every week there are new people, and thank all of you who have signed up on the YouTube channel. I'm trying to get that up to 1,000 followers, so you need to just follow the YouTube channel if you don't mind, Laura Lenhard, and you'll see the Talisman and Cauldron logo. After 1,000 followers, I can do lives on my phone. They don't let you use your phone to do them until you have 1,000 followers, and I think that's just to keep the volume of recordings down on YouTube. Of course it's crazy. But it'd be nice not to be using the laptop and using the phone. Anyway, and just not doing the 2 like I do now. So for everyone that's new, I do a 6 card spread. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First card up is the situation. The next 2 cards are what are directly impacting the situation. And the final 3 cards are final outcome. They are short-term readings. They are not meant for the long term. And if they don't speak to you directly, there may be a situation that someone that you're close to, a son, a daughter, a brother, sister, husband, that's dealing with it. It's been on your mind. It could be that way. In my own readings in the shop, that happens all the time. I'll read and I'll be like, blah, 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 this is what I'm seeing. And they're like, well, that's exactly what my brother's going through. He's going through a terrible divorce and this and this and this. Like, what were you thinking about when you sat down? My brother. Okay. So could be for you without being about you. How's that? Oh, that's good. It could be for you without being about you. I also was gifted today. Not that I don't have more cards in my shop than I'm so sorry. Yes. Please, thank you, Kat. Okay. The light is hitting me, and so trying to read the writing of the comments is tough. So these were I actually carry these in my store. They're popular. The White Light Oracle. Can you see that? White Light Oracle. White Light Oracle. Never worked with Oracle cards before, although I do have many decks in the shop, and of course they're popular. So I thought maybe I will throw the 6 cards in a quick oracle card. Okay? Something different, something new. Hopefully not the disaster I was talking about. the friend that actually gifted me these cards tonight. I tried one. I just remember back probably a year and a half ago. I collect decks. I've got many decks, and one old deck I have is it's sexual, but it was medieval. So it was like buxom wenches, but tops out and ballady, I guess is a better word for it. But I thought, oh, I'll do these readings and they'll be like, kind of sexy. And that was a unmitigated disaster. I am not meant to do that. I was not my thing. It did not. I guess it was funny to watch me be awkward, but it wasn't my best moment. I can assure you. So this is I haven't tried anything new since. So we'll just try an oracle card and we'll start off small, okay? Okay, so we're gonna start with Aries. I don't know what it is, but for months now, Aries has been all about work and money. It's all it's been with Aries: work and money, distractions, and all right. So Aries, I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing because I always tell people I'll tell you the cards I pulled so you can pull them yourself if you want to, if you have tarot cards at home, and how you read them, how you define. So the Knight of Wands reversed, the King of Coins reversed, the Hermit, the Emperor reversed, the Six of Wands reversed, and Death. Well, that's fun. Oh no, wait a minute. Oh my goodness, why can't I see this? Yeah, it sure is. Okay. Yeah, all right. So anyway, for Aries, Knight of Wands reversed is being stalled creatively. King of Coins reversed, the Hermit. The Emperor reversed. That all speaks to business. And with the Hermit in the mix, it usually would be your own business. Your own business. Okay? The Six of Wands reversed. Again, stall, not moving forward. Death card, big change. All right, Aries, it could be time for a change being thrust upon you. Could have something to do with what's going on with our own business environment, what's going on in our own economy, maybe impacting you heavily, unfortunately. You may have been thinking about starting your own business, and you may be. I just had this reading with someone today. This is not the time. This is not. No. Don't leave safe to start something. Not right now, please. We're on the brink of many things, and it may not be the best time to try something iffy if you've got a secure job and you're reasonably happy and well paid there. I would say probably hold off on making a change, okay? You're thinking about making a jump, things have stalled. A lot of people, like for example, are looking at real estate. This may not be the time to go get your real estate license unless you have a big following of friends and family and people that will help you. That's changing fast. The real estate market's about to flip dramatically. And so again, this idea of maybe not what you thought you were going to do right now, okay? And I'm gonna blame the economy on that. Oh God. Stagnant. 100% puts a word to this feeling. Every time I feel like I've made progress, something comes up and just leaves more of a mess than when I started. I'm sorry, Kathy. Yeah. Well, you know, remember these are short-term cards, and it may not be right now, but it might be right in 6 months from now. It's just right now may not be the best time to start a business. Believe me, if I had known when I opened my shop in 2007 that there'd be the major recession in 2008. I still can't believe I survived that. It was crazy, literally. You know, I was on Route 25 in Monroe, busy road. Nuh-uh, nuh-uh. It was. There was nothing going on. There were no cars. There was no business. We all just sat outside of our shops and just watched, talked, waved at each other. It was like there was nothing. So I want to say what's coming up, regardless of whether it's just inflation, hyperinflating prices. And believe me, I'm watching it, and I'm preparing too, because let's face it, stones and candles and herbs are not in jewelry or luxury items. You can't eat them. You can't heat your house with them. And so I've always kept my prices low. I haven't raised my reading prices in 15 years. I've kept the same prices. But at the same time, if things really went from bad to worse, I wouldn't expect anyone to be spending their money that should be spent, you know, um, on a reading when they could be feeding their kids. All right. So I'm going to throw a card here, an oracle card. Again, this is new to me. Okay, so please, you're watching something very new. The card I pulled is the Seven Blessings of Eve. Seven Blessings of Eve. Yeah, you see that? I don't know if you can see that or not. But anyways, they're cards. They're kind of a white and goldish beige. All right. So the Seven Blessings of Eve, the number 7 card. This will probably never be my thing, by the way. The 7 Blessings of Eve. Oh dear God. A spiritual gift shall enter your heart and manifest as a blessing in your life. You have innate talents and abilities which will support your soul into full, glorious manifestation. You have been blessed with a beautiful divine destiny to fulfill. You have natural healing ability. Choose your thoughts and words as so they reflect what you truly wish to put out into the world, because your influence is stronger and further reaching than you realize. Eve dwelled in the original paradise, the Garden of Eden. She is the mother of knowledge. From knowledge, that fucking apple, huh, Eve? All right, wasn't too smart that day. But from knowledge, wisdom can be developed. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. Holy cow! I'm gonna condense this, okay? Divine, shift away from shame and confusion, feeling you have something to prove, or you are not enough, or you have to atone for failing. Instead, you're gonna move towards a realization of inherent goodness and grace. That's your real nature. You're blessed. Ooh, there's a rabbinic saying that every time a human being walks down the street, a choir of angels cries, make way, for the image of God is approaching. Loving humanity is not always easy. Now, this is profound. Loving humanity is, oh, I got goosebumps. Okay. Loving humanity is not always easy, especially when the darker side of human nature causes such suffering. Yet there is much heroism, love, kindness, and nobility too. Look to the positive and open your heart to the best in yourself and those around you. Choose to see and nurture the spiritual light in yourself and others to the best of your ability. You're all growing and evolving in our own way. Even those who trouble your heart are doing their best. Acknowledge that humans have limited capabilities or capacities and deserve compassion and a chance to awaken spiritually. Do not, however, allow yourself to become a doormat to anyone's ego games. Okay, I want to meet the Aries that becomes a doormat to anyone's ego game. I want to meet that Aries because you are a rare bird. Entrust the spiritual progress and protection of all beings to the divine feminine as you care for yourself and others as consciously as you can. I'm not going into this healing process stuff. Ground yourself and hydrate. You've completed your healing process. All right. There's more about the healing meditation thing. Okay. Okay. Well, That was interesting, right? Okay, let's do Taurus. Ask myself why I punish myself. It's freezing up. Are you kidding me? After all that? Okay. Can you guys see me now? Is it still frozen? Someone send me a like or a heart or something. After all that. Now we're frozen? Really? Really? Help. Yeah, hearts are coming. It's fine. Okay, good. Because that was torture for me. Okay, Taurus. The Page of Wands. The Five of Coins reversed. The Empress reversed. The Queen of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. And the Ace of Cups. All right, Taurus. Well, I mean, Page of Wands is creative stuff coming in. Sometimes it speaks to a child, particularly a very athletic and or active child, creative child, full energy. Five of Coins reversed, money turning around and getting better. Empress reversed. Queen of Wands. I will say, Wheel of Fortune, Ace of, okay. There may be a mother-child interaction for Taurus. A younger person coming in to help. The Empress reversed is usually a woman out of power, sometimes a woman who's been sick, not sick anymore. Ace of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, those are wonderful cards. But there may have been a moment where there was a mother-child disconnect. What I'm feeling here is it could have been a situation where, you know what, you had to cut a kid off financially. You had to cut a kid off. That's always hard to do, but it's like, you know what, I can't finance this. I can't, I'm not gonna. Although I gotta tell you, the child in question wouldn't have done anything wrong. No, you know what? No, I'm gonna throw one more card here because honestly, Three of Swords reversed, anxiety. Empress reversed. Ace of Wands reversed. Really is. It's almost like a child stepping into the role of parent. Taurus. It's almost like a disconnect, reconnect. I'm just trying. I'm not sure what caused it. Three of Swords reversed, anxiety. Ace of Wands reversed. Like a connection. What in the world? Moving forward now. I'm doing my video. Seven of Cups reversed. Okay, it's like if somebody lost their way, they're back. If somebody was having trouble, if someone was sick, they're back. It was like a disconnect, like and it really does seem to involve a younger person. The Empress reversed. If not, then that nurture energy is nurture of business, which I always say, like talisman's like my fifth child, because you create these things, you birth these things, to a point. Disconnect, reconnect, Taurus. And moving forward now, knowing what you want to do, correcting errors, moving it forward. Yeah. Does that make sense? Is any Capricorns watching this? No? Okay. That seemed very awkward. It's fine now, but it was like a not on the same page. Yeah, no, that really is disconnect, reconnect. That's really the words I want to use for it. And it's coming back with better energy, coming back stronger, coming back, knowing exactly what you need to do to repair a situation. Now, could it have been in a business situation or a work situation? This wasn't working. Okay, now it is. Taking a break, coming back. Okay, I can handle this, but it's almost like reinventing the wheel. Okay, that's making sense. All right, I hope it is. Well, let's throw an oracle card. Let's see what the oracles have to say. This should be delightful. Sarcasm is jumping out of my throat here. All right, oracle card, the Taurus. Okay, Sovereign Queen Maeve. Yeah, I'm gonna have trouble with these words, these names. Okay, so Sovereign Queen Maeve. Yeah. Alrighty. Oh, you crazy, crazy oracle card readers. How do you do this? Can't imagine. So, Sovereign Queen Maeve. I'm not mocking, right? It's different, that's all. Taurus, value what is sacred interference. Okay, well, that's kind of relevant. Even that which may be well-intentioned. Be compassionate, but set firm boundaries. You're going to triumph over a negative situation. All right. It will take courage, but you have more than enough inner strength, resourcefulness, and boldness to accomplish what you wish to attain. Do not give up. You have the ability to connect with higher worlds. Open your heart and mind to the light. Okay, Queen Maeve is a initiatrix, taking us beyond the constraints of polite moralism and into the bliss, sacred passion, grit, and astuteness needed to cultivate and protect the light. Goddess, warrior, queen of the fae, and fearless guardian and protector of territory. Fearless guardian and protector of territory. Stimulates confidence, encouraging one to not shy away, but rather assertively engage with life and claim your true place in the world. She encourages us to refuse to allow our sacred territory to be intruded on by unworthy rulers, whether they be critical voices in our own mind or ego-driven interlopers. Wow, okay. Maeve is the instinct to engage when challenged, to call on recruits and use all the inner wisdom and talent at your disposal so you can assert the light and refuse to be put down or denied your rightful place. Okay, there's more of that. Sovereignty is self-possession. It's the belonging to oneself that happens internally as we claim our being and commit to our unique life journey. Do not allow your destiny to rest in the hands of others. Recognize that the light within is your true ruler. Commit to what you can do and believe in the realms of the divine are working with you. Do not be dissuaded. You shall be victorious. Okay. Well, that was relevant too. It's almost like they're speaking right to the Ukraine. Oh, come on. We're back. Sean. You need like a sign to show up on the screen that lets people know what sign you're on. Yeah, okay. Gian, as a Taurus, I can say it was a lot of confusion and anxiety this week. Then a moment of clarity, realizing I can do this. I'm fine. Okay, good. Thank you for sharing that, Gianna, because that was a weird spread. All right, Gemini. I mean, we got nothing to do till like 1 a.m., right? We can just keep going. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It's fun, right? Okay. Gemini. The Magician reversed. The Page of Coins. The Six of Cups. The King of Cups reversed. The Five of Swords reversed. Three of Wands. Alrighty. How would I read these cards? Well, the first thing that jumps out at me is the need, Gemini, for some sort of training or education to move forward financially. Okay. And it looks like there may be some travel involved in that. Six of Cups, leaving home, moving, relocation, possibly. But to really get what you want, to really do what you need to do, there's some aspect of education / training, whether it's a certificate program or some sort of class, workshop, something you need to do to move it to that next level. That King of Cups reversed card makes me nervous because that speaks to a man who's depressed or anxious. And it could be you're partnered with, or the whole thing just is really setting you off. Gotta make sure everybody's on board with this, okay? But it looks like it could actually be, for Gemini, some sort of a travel, move, training involved, but that next step. The Magician reversed. The need for more education, the need for mastery, the need for, yeah, it's definitely, this might be made. Now, this could also be a young person who's going to be leaving home to go to college. There's that too. And that also seems like it's a hardship. It's not an easy thing. And you could be, in fact, finding ways to obtain funding for college, although it's going to be there. If you look for it, you'll find it. Okay? But you definitely need to ask for help. This is something that you can make that next step, whether it's a young person making that next step to college or someone making that next step to relocation, that idea of expanding a business, it's not something that's ready to happen right now because there's something that you don't know. I tell people all the time with business, well, you have to research, LLC, sole proprietorship, how to slip your taxes. You can't just start a business in a day, okay? There's more to it than that. But it's there, the information's there. All right. Oh, okay, Tracy. Oh boy. Hey, Patty, how you doing? Okay, you're gonna watch some awkward. Okay. Hey, Jen. I'm Gemini. Yeah, just finished Gemini, and we are doing these oracle cards that my dear friend gifted me with. So I thought I would try them out. And so for Gemini, we're gonna pull an oracle card because this is not awkward at all. Not an oracle card. Yeah, I've never really worked with oracle cards in all my years. I've always been a tarot since I was like 13, 14. I've been reading tarot. Palm since I was like 11. My grandmother gave me my first palm reading book. So, all right, Gemini, what do we have here? We have the Perfume of Sophia. I wish these were different names. I would name them differently. We actually have an oracle deck at Talisman Cauldron that I had more of a hands-on. Now, see, my cards had things like the shit or get off the pot card. That reading our oracle cards is like talking to me. Okay, just so you know. So, China's art, her mandalas, and I did the definition. So that's just something to look forward to. The Perfume of Sophia. So here it is. Looks like a perfume ad, kind of, sort of. Okay. And that is the number 12 card. Let's read it, shall we? Yeah, Patty, I guess you would. Okay. All right, number 12 card. I am kind of condensing a bit. Okay, Gemini, you'll be able to sense the best timing and approach to take. It is kind of relative. To create space for healing and resolution, connect your body and ground yourself in the here and now. You'll find your way intuitively, instinctively, even though confusing circumstances, where one moment the answer is no, and the next moment you're sure it is yes. Give up trying to figure out the answer out here right now and remain open, with positive but relaxed expectations that clarity shall emerge spontaneously according to divine timing. Trust your questions about your life will be answered. Even now, you're in the process of working your way towards the answers that will bring you clarity and higher understanding. There is a kindness in how the universe delivers a message. Really, Gemini? Because it ain't too fucking kind to me. It just bats your head. But okay, good. Good for you, Gemini. That's nice. There's a story of 3 rabbis who went into a room and saw God. One rabbi dropped dead. That would be me. That'd be my approach right there. The other went crazy. All right, I digress. That'd be mine. And the third one became enlightened. It was in the same room and the same divine presence. So what accounts for the different outcomes? When we are ready for knowledge, divine guidance is incredibly helpful and healing. Really. However, we may need certain experiences to become ready. Okay. Yeah, you think? Must be tortured first. Flipping waterboard. There is much grace in veiling a truth as in revealing it. There's a beautiful Sufi teaching that destiny is granted with compassion. There's a time to prepare for knowledge, a time to receive it, and a time to live it. Well, preparing for knowledge was those cards. Okay. There's a danger in trying to force knowledge. Force is the desire to progress faster than naturally taking place. As you lean into natural timing rather than forcing something to happen, you remain connected to your own ground of being. You won't be pushing to get ahead. You'll be in connection with yourself. Leave everything else up to the loving and wise workings of the universe. You'll have your answers, and in the interim, you are doing beautifully. Continue with your journey. All right. All right. All right. Gemini, there you go. Hey. Nice ab living, huh? Pretty sure the White Light Oracle is quite so spicy. All right. Good grief, we're only on Cancer. My bird is over there shredding the room divider, shredding it. Orlando, really? That's fun. Okay. One of those wicker things, he's just shredding it. Okay. Cancer. The 9 of Wands. The 8 of Wands reversed. The Star reversed. The Sun. The 2 of Cups. 2 of Swords. Oofa. All right. Rock and hard place. The idea of moving forward in career, 9 of Wands, new bridges to cross, new opportunities, new adventures. Sometimes you don't think you're ready for it. The 8 of Wands is saying, yeah, you are, and 8 of Wands reversed, focus on career, don't be distracted. The Star reversed. Rock in a hard place, 2 of Cups, the Sun. This to me, that rock in a hard place, it happens all the time, right? Advancing, new opportunities, pay attention to career, and what suffers? The relationship, right? The relationship is rock solid. The cards are saying don't worry about that. The relationship can stand the test of time. If you have to spend more time in career, working overtime, doing more, training, whatever it is, it's okay. It is rock in a hard place because it looks like you'd rather be with your person. The 2 of Cups is that relationship. It's like a best friend. The 2 people that really are, friends romance growing out of a friendship. It's a really sweet card. When I read married couples, this is usually the first card that comes up because they come in and they're best friends. Of course, they don't want separate readings. They want to go together because they're interested in each other's lives. They care, about each other. So in this reading, this is quick, I know, but Cancer, I really think in this case, if you're wondering, can I do both? Can I have both? Will this sustain itself? I think it will. You're worried about it, but I think as long as you have integrity with the relationship, as long as you hold and say, listen, I will find a way, come study with me or come to the house. I can't give you all my attention, but at least be with me. That's a big deal too. People don't realize that can be, bring a book, can you read, and I'll work, but we can at least be together. And I also say to people when things are going on is, if your partner's working overtime, if they're They're not out having fun. They're not out drinking. They're not with another woman. I mean, what are you worried about? They're working a lot of hours. They're going through a tough time. Well, okay, but you know what they're doing. You know what they're going through. So in this case, Cancer, don't be afraid to keep the connection that way, okay? Hey, Deb, how are you? Okay. All right. That was quick. Let's do an oracle card, shall we? Cancer. Pick this one right here. These are fresh cards, and they'll bend. Not bendy. Shekinah. This has a very, what's it called? Jewish mysticism kind of a feel to it. So Shekinah. Shekinah. That's the number 6 card. Ready? Let's see what it says here for Shekinah. Very feminine deck too, by the way. It's all female energy. Ready? Okay, Shekinah. The spiritual worlds want to help you resolve your worldly concerns. It is safe for you to rely on spirit as a loving, protective, helpful, and practical presence, able to positively affect all areas of your life, including facilitating the resolution of physical problems. Do not limit your spirituality to concepts. Instead, apply your higher knowledge and principles, grow your wisdom, and live your path. Acknowledge your value as a person, as a soul, treasure the gift of your path, and let your spirituality integrate with all facets of your life. Okay, Shekinah is a Hebrew word that translates as the dwelling place of the divine, the embodiment of the light. Okay. In the esoteric Jewish tradition of Kabbalah, that's what was Kabbalah, Shekinah is the sacred feminine. Let's see, we slow down and accomplish that which is meaningful. We feel connected to all that is, so we are inspired to do what we can to help according to our tendencies and talents. We co-create rather than compete. I want to see. Our practices increase our compassion for ourselves and others. When Shekinah is in your reading, you have both permission and encouragement from Spirit to embrace spiritual practices that resonate with your heart and commit to them, especially when you think you don't need them or they don't seem to be doing anything for you. Those are the times you need the most. To embrace Shekinah is to embrace action, to commit, to engage, to walk our talk, and be the light we want to see in the world. Okay, so it brings notice of an opportunity to apply your spiritual principles. You're being encouraged to consider how you can live so your inner beliefs and outer actions are in alignment. This is not about denying the ego and its pains. It's about having compassion and responding from a place of kindness and determination to heal. The oracle also suggests a matter of a material or physical concern that can be touched and healed. Find relief in the knowledge that the Spirit is with you and wants you to heal through all matters of concern. Okay. It certainly speaks to physicality, which is, of course, relationship. All right. All right. Cancer. Hope that helped. Okay. Leo. All right, we have the Ten of Wands. We have Temperance, Queen of Coins, Ten of Swords reversed, Two of Wands reversed, Page of Challenge of being a mother and a career woman, honestly. And it is the pressure. The Ten of Wands is enormous pressure. Finding balance, Queen of Coins. Of course, Leo women, Leos in general, wonderful in terms of the work. They lead. Ten of Swords reversed, Two of Wands reversed, Page of Cups reversed. But I'm going to say Page of Cups reversed is usually a young person, depressed, anxious. Possibly you have a young one that went through a breakup. And it's helping this kid out of a situation. Ten of Swords reversed, getting her back out there. And I think you can try to do that and work, your job, of course, do your work and all those other stuff you do too. But with this Leo, really, I think this is more about paying attention to, and when I say young person, it could be your kid, but it could be somebody else. It could be a brother or sister. But this idea of taking time out, or if it's you that's at the breakup, again, trying to balance feeling better, taking care of yourself, getting through a breakup, and still working, and still being in the pressure. And it's horrible. It's horrible to, the Two of Wands reverses the breaking of partnership. That's why I said breakup. The Page of Cups reversed. Now, could it be something work related? Well, wands can be work related, but there's an emotional component as well. There could be people at work that are making it difficult for you, particularly maybe a younger employee, where you're trying to balance your humanity and kindness with, you still got to get the job done, right? And what happens is it falls on you to fill in the gaps. Yeah. You got this, Leo. I mean, but it is about taking a moment to look at somebody else and say with compassion and saying, okay, how can I help get this person back on track here? All right. Makes sense to anybody? Any Leos out there? Let's read an oracle card. Let's enjoy this because I won't be doing this again next week. But this is fun. This is different. This is good. This is seriously, the Lasia of Parvati. Okay. At this point, they're kind of looking the same. Pretty ladies, pretty drawings. And that is the number 32 card. Number 32 card. Okay. Ready? We'll talk a little faster here. There's a gentler way to proceed and obtain the same or even greater effects. Tame the wild and frenzied workings of the mind by grounding yourself in beauty, pleasure, grace. Violence and its negative effects shall be overcome and healed through feminine gentleness and inner spiritual strength. This oracle is a sign of great future happiness. Parvati is the universal mother in her gentle aspect. So the universal mother, okay. Although, as with all mothers, her fierce side will emerge if it's needed to protect her children. Beautiful, benevolent, love, connection, creativity, and devotion to a higher purpose. Her son is Ganesha, the elephant-headed deity who fosters success in all new ventures, protection from obstacles, and is of particular benefit to those who feel drawn to right. So she's the mother to all, the goddess of wealth, love, spiritual enlightenment. So this oracle also brings comfort for matters to do with material prosperity, love relationships, expressing your voice, and fulfilling your higher purpose. She is also the consort and wife of the wild god Shiva, who loves to meditate, who has a fierce temper when distracted from his spiritual practice. Okay. Her wisdom protects us from breakdown, guiding us into breakthrough. Her oracle indicates that even though we may grow through intense challenges, there's a calming influence which can help us if we are willing to allow for it and be kind to ourselves. When Parvati knows a more dramatic intervention is the only way to conquer a particular evil in our life, she will manifest as the ferocious goddess Kali. Now, I'm a daughter of Kali. Parvati, actually, Kali in her form of Lakshmi is on my altar as well. We can trust that the Divine Mother loves us and responds what is needed, but also knows how to get things done without being heavy-handed, more heavy-handed than necessary. She is moved by our suffering and will manifest in whatever forms are needed to heal. Give up the notion that the deepest issues require the most difficult path to heal. Let her happiness and grace unveil a gentler and more loving way. All right, that makes sense. Okay, and it does still speak to motherhood, and it still speaks to maternal instincts. Nurture. Okay, and Virgo. Virgo. Now, every Virgo I know is doing very well. I have to tell you, I've been reading, talking to my friends who are Virgos. Everyone seems to be doing extremely well. They're in happy places, their lives, enjoying their living arrangements. So let's see what the cards have to say. The Ace of Swords reversed. Strength. The Knight of Cups reversed. The Devil reversed. The Eight of Swords. Well, the way I would read these cards, frankly, is taking a moment to mourn something that's past. Okay, something that's past. It's over. Something toxic, something, self-destructive, but it's past. Devil reversed. Before you move on, though, it's almost like acknowledging what you've left, acknowledging how, again, strength. You're past it, okay? But you're still sad. There's still a sadness there. It's about, I'm ready to move on, I'm ready to leave this behind, but there's still a sense of, okay, before I move forward, let me really reflect on this one last time. All right? Not a big talky, not a big, it's all inner stuff. It's all, just okay. It's like take a breath too. So you don't want to repeat your mistakes. You want to really reflect, really learn the lesson. One last review before I close this chapter and move on to the next. Okay? And it does have an emotional component. Page of the Knight of Cups reverse. It was a failure in love. There was a failure of emotion there. Let's pull an oracle card. Yes, Dana. Oracle card is going to be, I do want to show you one thing because this is really cool. The back to these cards are beautiful. They're wolves. It's a beautiful, for those of you who love the backs of the cards, and I tend to not look at them as much as I should because the backs are important, but these are just beautiful. Ooh, Spirit Bear of 396 HZ. Okay. Okay. Well, Spirit Bear of 396 HZ, the number 15 card. Let's see what's going on with you. You ready? Yeah, Virgos. Yeah, Virgos doing good. They're in good play. Every Virgo I know is in a decent place. So this is a review. Spirit Bear of 396 HZ, you are being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you are going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life. This divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. The frequency of 396 HZ is deeply nurturing and protective. The heart frequency of the Universal Mother, protecting her young, deflecting negativity, refusing to overly condition the youthful mind. Yeah, that's what it says. She looks out for them, provides warnings lest they wander too far from their authentic path, but she also encourages the child to learn who they are, to courageously explore their world, and enjoy their freedom. It's almost like the Leo reading. Huh. Okay. No, in terms of the young child thing. All right. As we let go of our defense systems and disable fear and guilt from running our lives, and instead we deal with them as occasional interlopers that need to be cleared and healed. And that's what I'm saying. Just clear and heal. We stop fearing we will never have what we genuinely want and need. We realize we are loved, know how to love, and are naturally, innately beings of love. This frequency helps the body to ground, helps the mind to settle into the body, rather than constantly flitting from one possibility to the next, creating excitement but also an excess of nervous energy. Okay? Harmonizes beautifully with the spiritual medicine of the bear soul totem. Encourages our natural ability to find the sweetness in life necessary to sustain hope and heal our hearts. Spirit bear connects us to the restorative power of hibernation, the deep rest of body and mind. If you are highly strung and, like many modern people, find it hard to consciously relax your body and mind through spiritual practices, Spirit bear brings the comfort and encouragement to allow your mind to rest within the body. Okay, give it the time and space it needs to do its best work for you. All right, good. That resonates. Okay. Okay, thanks, Marcia. Okay, now we're on to Libra. All my beautiful Libras out there, my lovely, sweet Libras. I love Libras. God, they're sweet. Except when they're not, you know. We're cranky. Libras can get cranky, passive aggressive. Sorry, it's true. So can Cancers, another sweet sign. Cancers are usually very sweet, but they can be bitchy and passive aggressive. All right, because they don't like to be overtly angry. They don't. They don't like to be mean, so they gotta disguise it. Okay, so anyways, Libra. 3 of coins reversed. 4 of coins reversed. The Tower reversed. Justice reversed. The Knight of coins and the Page of swords. Well, you know, the Tower card when it's reversed is you bringing on the chaos, just so you know. So it's kind of like justice reversed, unfair situation. Yeah, that's the energy of it. And it could be anything. You know, COVID to me was an unfair situation that made it very hard for us to make money. And this is all about money, by the way. All these coin cards here, money. So it's like 3 of coins reversed, 4 of coins reversed. How do I make money? How, you know, need money. Justice. Okay, so the Tower is like, fine, fuck it all. We're going to do something different. You know, the Knight of coins is new money coming in. The Page of swords is new information. And really, it speaks to advertising. It speaks to talking about money, talking about business, talking about, you know, talking it into effect. You know, with the way the economy is, one thing we've decided at the shop, we're going to create a whole new online store and advertise it. That would be a good example, you know, of, you know, okay, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to trash the old store. That's going to go. We're going to do something different and then present it differently. That would be a great example of how these cards read. This isn't working. Not fair. No, it's not fair. I should have to redo it. But I am. I will. I'll rebuild it, and it'll be better, stronger, and more effective, and make more money. Right? All right. All right. Now, this actually could even apply to something like, let's say your kitchen flooded, right? You're like, shit, well, I was going to redo it anyway. So now I'm going to do a better kitchen remodel. You know, that sense of, okay, it wasn't my fault. That wasn't fair. You know, tree falls on the house. Well, you know what? We're going to vault the ceiling and make it into a beautiful family room. We're going to add that. You get what I'm saying, right? It's building back better through unfortunate situations. I'm not a big, I hate that whole lemonade from lemon shit, because I really do. Sometimes I'm just sick of lemons, but you really do get sick of pulling rabbits out of your hat sometimes. But I'm going to say, let's read an oracle card. That's what I'm going to say. Ooh, this is the cover card. The Seraph of 963 HZ. The Seraph. Okay? There she is. There she is. The Seraph. Bird is killing me. He is literally destroying this thing. Usually I put a cloth over it, and of course I didn't. All right. HC, that's megahertz, isn't it? What is HC? I'm not even. All right. All right, here we go. Ready? Okay. Here we go. Libras. Practice connecting to the joy that is always deep within you. Pay attention to what brings you exquisite delight. If you don't know what that is, you don't know what that is. Baby, fuck. No. How do you not know what it is? That is, I can tell you. I'm thinking of my Libra friend. She's laughing out there. She's watching and she's laughing. You are guided to allow the spiritual grace that wishes to reorder your life to manifest its miraculous magic. So the seraphim are angelic beings of extremely high vibration. They are angelic mystics in constant devotion and adoration of the divine. When we passionately fall in love with the divine face of luminous grace, whether it's a person who has entered our lives or they have dropped straight from heaven into earth, or we feel our heart awakening to new depths of love in meditation, we're in harmony with the seraphim. And I don't know if you all know there's different levels of the divine and the angelic realm. Some egos project their narcissistic wounding and lack of romantic imagination onto spirit, concluding that the divine must be rather vain if it wants swarms of angels flying about, constantly singing its praises. They don't understand that the divine asks for our love so it can give of itself to us. Cyclical. When we feel love, when we are in love, our hearts are open and receptive. The divine isn't interested in praise for its own sake, but for what we can receive when our hearts are opened by it. That's very beautiful. When you have a beautiful experience, fall in love, enjoy the best meal of your life, see a film that awakens your mind, do you not want to tell others about it? Our world can seem a bleak and spiritual barren place. We need jubilant, mystical hearts who know the secret of esoteric ecstasy and are divinely drunk in their celestial communion. That's a bit much, but okay. Okay, this oracle brings a message straight from the divine to you. Let me love you. Aww, let me love you. Don't run away. Anyway. This telepathy of light between spirit and your inner being gives rise to knowing without knowing how you know. Oh, okay. Sounds like reality. This oracle guides you to trust such inner knowledge, even if it doesn't always seem logical. That's true. Spirit is guiding you. No need to turn away from what your heart adores and every reason to embrace it with total trust. Oh, dear me. I'm just seeing here. I'm condensing. Praise to our generous, graceful, loving universe. All right. Okay. There you go. Libra. There you go. Actually, it's a nice cards for Libra that rule the seventh house of partnership and marriage. Actually, that's the seventh house. Libra is all about love, ruled by Venus. They in Taurus are ruled by Venus. Most Libras that I've met are miserably unhappy when they are not partnered. That is a sign that loves partnership in all its forms. All right? Scorpio. This should be fun. Let's go. Scorpio. The Two of Coins reversed. The Five of Wands reversed. The King of Wands reversed. The Four of Wands. Seven of Swords reversed. The King of Swords reversed. And we know wands are career, enterprise, creativity. There's lots of wands here. Two of Coins reversed. Okay, well, I love the Two of Coins reversed because that just is money is in balance. I love that. Five of Wands reversed is no more arguing, no more fighting. Kind of making peace with where you're at. The King of Wands reversed. You are where you are, making peace with it. Four of Wands. It's okay. It's a good place. You're in a good place. Seven of Swords reversed. King of Swords reversed. You know, the way these two cards line up, it would be like somebody giving you a hard time, but everyone else having your back. So maybe you've got a shitty boss or a shitty manager, that King of Swords reversed, but everyone else, he cheated everybody and everyone's got each other's backs. So I love that idea. It's not a toxic environment per se. There's enough people, if not everyone, there's enough there that, you know, that if you're not in the room, someone's speaking up for you. Okay. All right, that's good. Kind of like you are where you're at right now. There's no big changes. It's okay. It's not a bad place, and you're reasonably sure that if there is somebody who's been difficult, if there is someone who's been and they're in a position of management, well, you know what? What they have to say doesn't matter that much. It won't carry any weight. Let's pull an oracle card. Ooh, Ishtar's Lion Gate 888. That's gonna be a completion. Go. Very Lion Witch and Wardrobe. I think kind of has that look to it, and it's the number 44 card. Number 44 card. Am I boring you all? I hope I'm not boring anybody. God, I would just die if I was boring you. Okay. Your heart has a heightened connection with the higher realms of consciousness and light. A blessing, empowerment, and positive omen shall enter your world. For doors will open for you. Abundance and prosperity are headed your way. Take care of your heart. Ask for spiritual assistance, and it shall be granted. Something negative is going to transform into something very positive. Okay. Ishtar is the queen of the night, dark goddess of loss and letting go, but also a priestess of light, who holds the keys to renewal from suffering. She is relentless in her pursuit of the path to true inner freedom. She willingly surrenders her attachments and her identities, even separating herself temporarily from her loved ones, with such boldness and confidence that she crosses into realms where others dare not go. Oh, that is so Scorpio. That's Scorpio. She experiences vulnerability and deep truth. She emerges and reinstates upon her rightful throne with even greater wisdom, spiritual power, and compassion. She is a guardian and a symbol of resurrection. You shall rise again. Those who have felt as though their identity or any other marker of security has been torn away and prosperity under her auspices. If you've been suffering, this oracle indicates an end of the struggle is imminent. You shall be restored with so much more than you have lost. Okay? That's repeating ourselves here. The Lion's Gate falls when the sun is in Leo. Leo is the sun lion, the astrological ruler of the heart, and the animal totem sacred to Ishtar. Rising of Cyrus took place on 26 July in ancient Egypt, which marked the beginning of the Egyptian New Year. Okay, the dates in current times, rising of Sirius varies considerably. 8th day of the 8th month is considered as especially potent. That is the 88 Lion's Gate. Stimulates your soul in a unique way, facilitates a deepening intimacy between the spiritual worlds and the earth plane, brings a message of breakthrough and healing, of a significant lightening up of your life and the end of a deeply challenging cycle. All right. When hope has been difficult to find or all seems lost, the light shall return, and beautiful blessings are destined to unfold in your life. Okay. That's Scorpio. Sagittarius. Okay. If you want to comment here, feel free, please. I'm always afraid I'm talking to dead air space. You know, that one day that the disconnected and I was just talking away and nothing rolling. That's when I started doing both, so that there'd always be some record of, hopefully that one would at least record. All right, Sag, we have the Eight of Coins, the Ten of Cups reversed, the Knight of Swords, the World reversed, the Five of Cups reversed, the Queen of Cups. Okay. Well, love the Eight of Coins. That is not only hard work, but it's also being motivated by your work, enjoying your work, finding, yeah, motivation. Ten of Cups reversed, the Knight of Swords. Something in the house isn't making you happy. The Knight of Swords is bringing in something that emotionally is not making you happy in the home. The World reversed. The Five of Cups reversed. It could be time to move. It could be reflecting on a time to move, Sag. Queen of Cups. The Mother, the Queen of Cups. It could be that when I see the Queen of Cups, I think of motherhood. I think maybe you're outgrowing your space. You want to start a family. And the thought of maybe it will be doing that. Okay, moving on. You also could possibly have a child leaving the home, the Knight of Swords. And thinking about the Knight of Swords is often very busy, very active, very forthcoming. World reversed, Five of Cups reversed, moving forward. So it could be, again, it could just be a change within the home, a change in the home dynamic. And I would say probably with that, finding pleasure in your work is more important than ever. You know, as the home dynamic is changing, as things are happening there, and there's no broken hearts, there's nothing awful, there's no death, there's no sickness. It just feels like there's a change. Something's occurring that's shifting the dynamic of the house. It's not necessarily comfortable, but it's acceptable. But it really is finding motivation, I guess, outside the home for now, as opposed to in the home. Okay, thanks, Rosemary. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, appreciate that. All right. Well, let's pull an oracle card. Let's see what we got here for Sagittarius. This is the Yogini of 285HZ. Yeah, this is a sign we need to get going on our oracle cards, China. This is okay. Yogini of 285HZ. Going to derail your fulfillment. Wisdom and timing. Fair enough. You're being diverted from unnecessary obstacles, and because it is working, whether you realize it or not. Significant inner healing is taking place. Okay, the Yogini is a female spiritual adept, a practitioner of deep yoga that awakens a powerful connection with one's real inner being. When the Yogini of 285Z makes her presence felt in the reading, it's a sign that we are on a powerful healing journey to connect body, mind, and soul with the truth of spiritual nature. Okay. The tone of 285HZ supports the treatment of wounds, cuts, burns, and any other damaged tissue. It's the tone of optimal health. Just like the Yogini who has access to the original vitality of the spirit and seeks to influence that well-being into the body, mind, and soul. The original and purposeful wisdom of our true nature is life-changing. It can dissolve inherent pains and psychological struggles and allow projections from others, which would be influencing us, yet are about their desires, not our true nature, to cease to have an effect. Under the influence of 285 Hz frequency, we embrace who we really are. Okay. Okay. Move through your trust in your heart, patience, willingness to keep faith. You'll find your way. All right. There you go, Sag. Oh, dear, dear, dear. In my head, I'm reading it. In my head, I'm thinking of the oracle cards that we've got done in there. They're not just not like this. They're just different. It's a little different. They're a lot different. Okay. Sagittarius, Capricorn. The Hierophant. Of course, the Hierophant. The Seven of Coins. The Eight of Cups reversed. The Hangman. The Six of Coins reversed. The Four of Cups reversed. Okay. Well, of course, the Hierophant is industry, institutional thinking, doing things the right way, right? It could be as much as, getting married before you have children or eating your dinner before you have dessert, but it's doing things in the accepted norm. Seven of Coins, how can I make money? Again, in my industry, in my world. Eight of Cups reversed, no desire to move. There's no desire to leave where you are physically. The Hangman is saying you're not wasting your time. The Hangman upright is saying your sacrifices, what you've given up, will be appreciated. Six of Coins reversed, and the Four of Cups reversed. You know what you want? You just got to make the money. Six of Coins reversed, bills to pay, debt to pay. Six of Coins reversed can be that, the burden of debt. But you know what you want to do. All right? So there's an issue of waiting, mostly because I don't see you want to move. Like you want to stay where you are and find that source of new money. Seven of Coins. Okay? So there's that. Let's pull a oracle card. That's not going to get old. All right, Greta, thank you. Have a good night, okay? Okay, the Beta of Spirit Wolf. The Beta of Spirit Wolf. Oh, so it's the same as the back of the card, okay? Beta of Spirit Wolf, Beta of Spirit Wolf. All right. Well, let's see what that means. 23. I deliberately tried not to read oracle cards. The cards that we did are already done because I didn't want to copy or be influenced. So it's just to back me up. There was a reason I didn't. When China came to me and said we should have our own oracle deck, and then we're also working on an angel deck, I should say. She is working on an angel deck, and they can't all look like Jason Momoa, so that's been a challenge. China really, really likes Jason Momoa. God, there's one angel that he's on a motorcycle. Damn, he's hot. He's hot. They're all hot angels. Okay, just so you know, no ugly angels. They're all hot. Anywho, there's a point to that. Oh yeah, I don't be influenced, so that's why I don't read oracle cards. When she said to me, you could, and I'm like, yeah, I'll write them, sure, and so I didn't be influenced. Anyways, blah blah blah. The Beta of Spirit Wolf. Give yourself enough rest, Capricorn. I must say that 1,000 times to every Capricorn I know. Only then will you be able to ground yourself enough to cultivate focus and motivation to fulfill your path. You will find a way through any tricky situation as you tune into your instincts and trust your own timing. From times of change and uncertainty comes confidence, love, and resilience. Embrace transition. commit to your tasks and stay focused, but be flexible in your approach. You have the skill to intuitively handle any issue. Spirit Wolf skillfully guides us through transition and uncertainty, enhances instinct, intuition, presence, so we can sense and avoid possible sabotage or traps and intelligently and safely find our way around them. And tunes us into our instincts without creating paranoia or hyperarousal. This is the medicine of awareness and engagement that comes from tuning in without fear rather than from defensiveness, suspicion, and building walls against life. Okay, where direct confrontation could stall a resolution or make matters worse, Spirit Wolf teaches us to soften our energy, appear less threatening, and therefore minimize the chance of the other party reacting aggressively out of fear. This enhances the possibility of resolution. Okay. Beta of Spirit Wolf brings the message that your resourcefulness and capacity to meet your needs is greater than you realize. We all have it within us to engage all situations with courage and willingness. We will always find a way through. As Spirit Wolf thrives in cheerful, playful, social bonding with his tribe, there is also a reminder that connection is an essential ingredient to our approach in life. To thrive and have as much fun as the intelligent, playful, successful, adaptable, and resourceful wolf, we need love in our lives. Oh my God, I say this to these Capricorns all the time. Work, 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 gotta play. Got to play. Got to have a partner. Got to have sex. Sorry, guys, my own grandmother said that. It's just healthy. Living a non-sexual life is not healthy. Affection, and my grandma used to say, if everyone was just having good, healthy, positive sex with someone they liked and respected, the world would be a better place, Laura. They're like, okay, old lady, I get you. She's like, why are you such a prude? What's wrong with you? Like, I don't want to talk about sex with you, Nene, okay? Stop it. Like, well, we don't talk about sex in this family. We have a problem with it, okay? I'm like, well, you're all just crazy. Okay, I'm sharing way too much. Anyway. Anywho. It's all about beta waves, okay? Stimulating beta waves. Heightened arousal. Oh, Jesus Christ. Really? Okay. Well, thanks, me. Beta waves are stimulating, and while heightened arousal is beneficial in small doses at appropriate times, that's right, appropriate times. If this becomes our dominant way of being, our stress levels will compromise our well-being and our wisdom. The excess of anxiety-related disorders affecting humanity at this time is one symptom of beta brainwaves in overdrive. Beta helps us get things done, but in balance, it disconnects us from the nourishing, sacred, feminine presence within the heart that generates contentment. Beta excess is progress at any cost. Beta deficiency results in lack of focus and inattention to what is happening, so problems are not really resolved. Spirit Wolf brings God. Thank you, Spirit Wolf. Brings a healing recalibration of our beta waves so we can avoid depression and feel motivated, yet also know when to step back and reconnect to the slower healing rhythms of the heart and soul. We're going to talk about body rubs, people. Body rubs. Yep. Heal yourself with a body rub. Let you do what you need with that. Get a massage or something, as my grandmother would say. And yeah, when I was going through my first divorce, people who knew how close I was to my grandmother, and she had just passed. I literally lost my mother, my grandmother, my grandfather. I took care of them, hospice in my home. My brother took care of my mother out in California. And then my marriage fell apart and moved out of my home and all this stuff. And people who didn't know me very well and didn't know her very well said, what would your grandmother say? There you are with 3 little children getting divorced. And I was like, my grandma was married 3 times. My grandmother was married 3 times. And she'd be the first one to say, you take care of your kids, you make sure you're responsible as a parent, and you do what you got to do to be happy. And you don't stay where you're not wanted. So she was a smart lady. That is one thing, guys. I wish my grandmother was still alive. I'd have her in a chair in the store, and she just impart her wisdom on all of you. She would impart her wisdom. It's a shame. It's a real shame. Because she would have been queen of the ball. Trust me. Lillian Mary McGlynn would have been quite the thing. That's why every year I do the bayberry candles in her honor. She always burned bayberry candles. Very Irish. Okay. We are now on Aquarius. We're counting it down now. Noreen just texted one back. Oh, yay. Okay. Good. She'll be in touch soon. Sends up. Thank you. All right. Okay. Aquarius. 10 of coins reversed. 4 of swords reversed. Judgment. 3 of cups reversed. The moon reversed. 6 of swords reversed. That's weird. Okay, Aquarius. Well, it's almost, first of all, the first thing I see when I look at this would be somebody who's thinking of selling a house, but it's not, they won't get the money out of it that they need to. The desire to leave, or the thought of leaving, but financially either not able to buy or move, but it's money. Money is the issue. The 4 of swords reversed, very anxious. I want to say possibly you live someplace where you're not happy, anxiety around you in the environment. Then possibly it is inside the home there may be, but you can't get out yet. You can't leave yet. You can't move yet. Maybe you're living home with parents or family members. But again, 6 of swords reversed. Also the idea that you don't just want to move, you want to relocate. With the 6 of swords reversed, it's not just a little move. You want to go big. Say go big or go home. But you go big or stay home. And that's what it is. Go big or stay home. Moon reversed, things are being revealed. You know where you want to go, and that's a positive. Now it could be, you want to retire. You're thinking of the retirement home. Not time to retire yet, but you're ready. You're tired. You're ready to go. You're sick of it. You don't want to be there anymore. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's pull an oracle card. Aquarius. The Sacred Scar. All right. Sacred Scar. That's number 11. Okay, here we go. Number 11. I promise, one more it's done. One more and we're over. I don't want to not do, I thought Capricorn was the most profound of all of them. All right, Sacred Scar. Inner and outer scars are marks of your soul's courage. They are signs of strength and survival, your willingness to be alive. Sacred Scar speaks of that which once caused pain being transformed into higher knowledge and inner power. Trauma transformed through spiritual initiation, leading you from woundedness to wisdom. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You can trust your healing process and in the hidden higher purpose behind things happening as they do. You are strong and you shall flourish on all levels. Some experiences are hard to weather. Is that the truth, huh? Even when our intention is to trust, going through a challenging time is likely to give rise to suffering. Consider the mother eagle raising her precious eaglets in the sanctuary of meticulously padded and fiercely defended nest. They know safety and comfort until one day the mother who provided unceasing nurturance abruptly pushes them out of the nest into the air. She knows this is how they will learn that they can fly. But for the eaglet, yeah, and haven't we all been the eaglet, right? Yeah, I know that feeling. There is not yet any such knowledge. Disoriented and disturbed, but eventually innate instinct overtakes confusion. Well, that or you fucking die. Smash yourself and die on the rocks. So those brave little eaglets begin to flap their fledgling wings during the plummet from the nest. This is grim. They have learned the purpose of the tough lesson and grown. I hope so. The trauma of disruption became their initiation to power. Well, that is just the story of my life. Okay. You don't have to enjoy the process of growth, unless you're a misogynist, but you can't always trust it as your best interest at heart. However, do not confuse negative, especially traumatic experiences, as something Spirit has inflicted upon you. Spirit would love your growth to happen in the most joyful and peaceful ways possible. Well, Spirit, you might want to do a better job, okay? You're more creative, Spirit. As your relationship to Spirit heals and strengthens, this can be the way you grow more often than not. More often than not, indeed. However, Spirit also knows that sometimes we are to move through intense experiences before we can gain access to the light. These experiences can teach us things that only those who have truly suffered and brought their suffering to consciousness and healing can know. Compassion, wisdom, strength, and fearlessness. Such a soul becomes one truly badass and divine human being, powerful healer and a light bearer to the world. Well, every Aquarius I know is kind of badass, so that's fair enough. If you are deep in suffering now, know that Spirit is with you, loving you and bringing you this oracle. You shall heal. Do not give up. Proceed until you are exactly where you most want to be. Fly, little eaglet, fly! You have the. I am ad-libbing, you know that, right? You gotta know that. You have the inner spirit to ensure even a negative experience will only cause positive growth in you and your life. Okay, my little eaglet, Aquarians, you know what you gotta do. All right, last reading, the last card, Pisces. All right, Pisces. Starting off with the Ace of Coins. I love that card. The High Priestess. The Seven of Wands reversed. The Nine of Cups reversed. Chariot. And the Nine of Swords reversed. Okay, these are great cards, actually. Love the Ace of Coins. That's the best money card in the deck. Ace of Coins. Money coming through. High Priestess. It's all about intuition. Seven of Wands reversed. I'm going to say in this case, it's minor or matter. It's you know what you need to know. You already know what you need to know. Don't worry about more education. Don't worry about, you know what you need to know. Nine of Cups reversed. You know, if you dropped out of school, you're back on track. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about loss of learning. Intuitively, this is where you're supposed to be. Chariot has you back on your feet, moving forward, and the Nine of Swords reverses an end to anxiety. Right? So if something needs anxiety, you know what I mean? You're not gonna fuck this up. How's that? Yeah, but it's okay. Let's pull an oracle card. What's going on out there? Last one, guys. Here we go. Ready, set, go. It is the Spirit Owl of 852 HZ. Spirit Owl. What do you guys know what owls look like? Okay. Spirit Owl, number 20 card. I'm not sure if I'm doing a great job like advertising these cards, or you will never, ever, ever want to look at these cards again. Not sure what it's going to be. It won't be as exciting because I won't be reading them out loud to you. Just know that. The Spirit Owl of 852 HZ. Recalibration to a higher order of divine purpose is in progress. Not always a smooth ride, but it's safe to be fearless as you gently hold space for new ways of thinking, living, and seeing to emerge. You are encouraged to let go of opinions and belief systems that cannot support you in higher frequency states. You shall soon recognize a truth that cuts through confusion and frees you to proceed with love, peace, and higher understanding. Well, that jives, right? That jives. Spirit Owl is the wisdom bearer, the one who perceives the intended meaning underlying words and the truth behind appearances. Even in darkness, Spirit Owl senses subtle movements with accuracy. The heightened senses of Spirit Owl are akin to the supernatural perception of the higher self. I love owls. I love owls so much. Your higher self. There's so many cute owls on Facebook, aren't they? Like owls, and they have like those long legs. Okay. Stay focused, Laura. Your higher self sees through illusion and with compassion, astutely recognizes the agendas of the ego, tunes into the empowering energies of the universe, to find constructive ways to express its loving purpose. Okay, got it. Higher self, flow about connection, blah, blah, blah. When Spirit Owl appears in a reading, a mystery is soon to be solved, and the ensuing clarity will bring relief and spiritual reward. Spirit Owl is a message bearer. This oracle is also a positive omen for your future, a sign that a seemingly impossible or impenetrable situation is unraveling. Okay. Hold on. Anything else? Do I see anything else? This is really pretty much. You will be freed from a struggle and set on a creative, empowering, and effective path of manifestation. A blessing of creative psychological fire. Trust that the more you let go, the more you will experience renewal and stunning spiritual rebirth. The past is truly over, and a new era is dawning. Yeehaw! All right, guys, thank you for staying with all that. We're good. And this was, again, the White Light Oracle. Alrighty? Hope that was helpful. Hope you enjoyed that. And I think we all need to rest. I think take a page out of the Virgo reading and say we all need to get enough sleep. I know I need to get more sleep. Can't heal, can't grow, can't everything. Can't lose weight. You can't lose weight if you don't get enough sleep. Just so you know, that's another big thing about sleep. If you're holding on to weight and can't lose it, because you're not sleeping enough. Yep, it's true. Some say it's because that's when the body heals. I say you just can't stuff food in your mouth while you're sleeping. How I feel about it. Either way, that's how that is. All right. Rosemary, you're welcome. Everyone, go get some rest. Thank you all for being here and behave yourselves. And I got to tell you, pray. Wherever you direct your prayers, St. Michael is an excellent choice, by the way. Protector of soldiers, the bringer of justice. But direct your energies to a source, to an entity, to a place, and really, this is a good time to pray. Okay. If ever we need prayers and divine intervention, it is now. So all of you, good night and thank you, and behave yourselves. All right. I will talk to you next week. Bye now. And goodbye.